This is day 255 of Zohar Pshat, and we are on Daf Kof Chesam and Beis, towards the bottom, new paragraph. Vayishmuz Kol Hashem Elokim. So we're dispensing with Torah Rishon, going straight to Torah Midbar. Kakariv the Torah the same way they came to the Mount Sinai. Obviously, they heard the voice of Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem Am Kol Elokim Medaber Mitoch Ha'esh. Did a nation ever hear the voice of God speaking from within the fire? Of Erev Rav Misu. And many of the Erev Rav died because they couldn't tolerate the voice. It sounds like they all survived, or they were brought back to life, like Chazal say, the Malachim resurrected them. V'inun, but those who are left, have the Amar Moshe, the ones who said to Moshe, I daber imon Elokim pen amus. So I'm learning like the Sulam that some actually died and some were remained alive. But one could say that they were going to die, but they didn't die, but they were afraid to die because they weren't on that level of Kedusha. So therefore they said, you should speak. But Ashkachu Araisa, and they caused forgetfulness of Torah. Evidently, had the Kodesh Baruch Hu spoken all the Aseret Adibros, they never ever forgetfulness of Torah. But since Moshe Rabbeinu had to speak the Aseret Adibros, it caused a shichla of the Torah. And according to the Sulam, these Erev Rav are the specific kinds of Amei Oretz mentioned in the Gemara Psachim. The Ditmar Baon concerning what it says, Arush Ochevim Behema. So a Jewish Amei Oretz does not have that low level of spirituality, and therefore cannot be said about him Arush Ochevim Behema. But in Amei Oretz, but the Erev Rav, they do have that lower level. Begin the Inu Misitra Dahu Chivya, because they come from the side of that snake. Ditmar Be Ora Tomiko Behema. So which it says Ora Tomiko Behema. Obviously the Midos rows come from the Nachash. V'kamir Buvin Inu Bishun. There are several mixtures of these bad traits in Am Yisrael. Be'iran B'chivon, wild animals and snakes, which represent the various different types of Erev Rav and their Midos rows. Al Isabui B'sita de Nachash, but there's a mixture which comes from the side of the Nachash. The Isabui Mitzitcha Dumi Okum, and there are some mixture of which comes from the side of the world, the Dami L'chivon, which are like other types of Nachash, evidently not like the Nachash HaKadmon, Uvi'iron the Chakla, and the beasts of the field. So there are many different klipos. The Zohar is not getting into what these different klipos are specifically, but they have various different parallels in the Nachash itself, in the Chiva and the other Nachashim, Bir and the Chakla, and the beasts of the field. Isabur sit to the Mazikin, and there's also in the Buvia a mixture in Am Yisrael, which comes from the Mazikin, comes from the evidently from the Shadim. The Shmos and the Chayava, Inu Mazikin, the Alma Mamish. Because in the Shemos of those people who are the wicked people, they are the Mazikin, they are literally the Mazikin of the world. It's interesting because it's very similar to the Rambam, who says that when other Rishon gave birth for those hundreds of years to Shaden Velilin, it refers to human beings who are criminals, human beings who are bad people. So this seems very similar to that. In other words, the Chayava are the Mazikin. They are the Mazikin, the Alma Mamish. I think it means mystically that they are linked to the Shadim, but one could learn it, Kipshuto, that the Nishmosin of the Chayavaya are Mazikin. They are the Mazikin according to the Rambam's definition. Okay, but I don't think that's Pshat. The Nitzutzi Zohar says here that for example, some Sefer that the 5 types of mixtures here, which corresponds to Negara, which we had previously, the Philim, etc., which we had previously the Chav Hem Rav, Chav Zayin Beis. So, in any event, these are all the different types of admixtures. And again, we're going with our Shita, which is consistent, I hope. These are bad midos which make their way to Am Yisrael and have to be fought throughout the course of history. The Shadim Ruchim Melilin, And here, this again gives credence to saying Mazikin that they're not necessarily shading, but on the other hand, so what are the Mazik? I wasn't in the Mazik. I don't know. But easy with the shading, Ruch and Belilin, there's a mixture of the various different types of demons. Bekulim B'Av they're all mixed up in Amisol. Below is Bekul Lataya, but there's no much as cursed as Amalek, which of course, as we said, is the meaning of Kas and divisiveness, according to the Ra. The Chivya Bisha El Acher, that is the worst snake, the foreign god. And the foreign god, of course, we said is the Kolkois Kilu Avir Avodah Zarah. The Derech Emes says that Amalek is Gimatriya El Acher. Does that actually work out? El Acher Gimatriya Mem Reish. Is that true? El is 31. Aleph 32. Ches. Yeah, it works out. What do you know? El Acher and Gimatriya is Amalek. Okay? So they are they're like a foreign god, because that's the midah of the worst possible midah, disunity. And iu gilui l'chol arayin da'alma. It's in this El Acher is embedded all gilui arayis. Rotzeach iu, it's also rotzeach, and of course El Acher is Avodah Zarah. So Avodah Zarah, gilui arayis, shvichus damim. That's all included in Amalek. Vazugei sam amavis. And it's a spouse. It's Hamamovis Avodah Zarah. I guess that is, I'm not sure why it's Bazuge, but because we said El Acher. But in any event, this is maybe Torah, which is learned improperly, comes to Hamamovis, and that is Amalek. That klipa causes people learn Amanas the Kanter. People learn in order to critique other people and be nasty to them, and therefore that is the Samamavis, and that's Avodah Zarah, because it's the learning Torah not for the purpose of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but for the purpose of being divisive and causing strife and animosity. V'kula Samuel. These are all midas of Samuel. V'Samuel, v'lav kula shavin. There are different types of Yetzer Hara, of Satan, and they're not all the same, and they're all mixed into us, and we're fighting them all the time. Who's teaching the Chavia, but that side of the Chavia, meaning the Nachash Kadmoni, but in this case it seems to mean, that's a good Erechemis, it's Nachash Kadmoni, but it seems to mean Frida Amalek, Ilachokula. That's the worst. The midah of Amalek penetrating the Jewish people undermines our achdus, undermines our capacity to be connected to each other, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the worst possible klipa, worst possible mixture, which we have to try and fight more than anything else. Okay, that's it we'll stop here for today.